Good morning. I'm attending a high school up in Massachusetts right now, and unfortunately, we live with a student body that's sort of persuaded by the school and is sort of a leftist regime. And what I've noticed is that a lot of young Americans don't really understand politics nowadays and sort of swing really far to the left and are manipulated by the faculty and administration. How do we influence young Americans now to understand that the choices they make now are going to affect them later on in life and keep them and swing them back to the right?
Well, they'll find out soon enough. I mean, it's kind of odd having a political party, the Democrats, based on Chinese-style brainwashing of students for 12 years in the public schools. Okay, but then they graduate. Then you lose them when they're not apple polishing for the teachers. Teacher, I found another example of racism in Hamlet. No, Johnny, doing a good enough job. We don't need that anymore, but thank you. That was, in fact, one of the examples. There were 3 ridiculous reasons Bill Nye, the science guy, cited for why global warming is true. One was that 2 guys who believe it won Nobel Prizes, and it's really hard to win a Nobel Prize. Seriously. No, that seriously was his argument. Number 2 was, or it was number 3, I forget what the third one was that young people are more likely to believe global warming than old people are. So, as I was saying yesterday, on that theory, I can scientifically prove that beer is the greatest beverage ever invented.
One thing I've learned here at Cpac is that the C actually doesn't stand for libertarianism. PAC. And we just learned from this.
Congratulations, young man.
Thank you. I did discover that. But they're hiding everywhere. They're hiding in that last panel we just had when we learned that soybeans are the answer to Afghanistan, possibly the rest of the world. I'm not sure.
Really? I think bombs are the answer.
Yes. Thank you. My question for you is that, do you believe that libertarianism really is conservatism, or do they differ so much, especially on foreign policy and abortion and other things, that we shouldn't welcome them at CPAC?
I mean, he's the leader of the libertarians, and he's very pro-life. You would think that would move them on that. There's no reason for a libertarian, and I know libertarians, none of them are pro-choice. In fact, I always maintain I'm more libertarian than most libertarians. I just wish they would stop babbling about legalization of pot.
There we go.
Because we have, before we get to that, we need to get to the elimination of the Agriculture Department, the Department of Education, the Department of Commerce, the EPA. I think we can way cut down on the IRS. We can totally eliminate the CIA. They've been helpful. I'm just curious about this movement over there for eliminating the Fed. Yes, and the Fed. But we got a lot of work to do before we get to the perfect libertarian state where people can take drugs and I don't have to pay for them when they can't get a job.
That pretty much was my next question. What are your feelings on the movement Ron Paul is heading up to end the Federal Reserve, audit it, and return us to a gold standard?
If Ron Paul is behind it and it has nothing to do with foreign policy, I agree.
Okay.
2 more questions.
Hi, I just want to say that was a really great speech, and
where's that coming from? Oh, sorry, I didn't call on anyone down there. I didn't know there was a mic there.
Oh, sorry, I was just told to.
Glad you leapt in.
All right. But it's good to see that in this case, 0 is not just a number. It's also the total number of pies that have been thrown at you thus far in this speech, and I think that's a good thing. So. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think if you don't leave liberals in a sputtering rage, you're not doing it right. So. Do not insult me, young man.
The quick question I just wanted to ask is, have you ever dated a liberal before?
They weren't liberal for long. Okay, we got one more. Make it good.
You forgot the middle.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
if
let
you
the
go
lady go
really
first.
quick, I'll get them both in, but I got a plane to
Thank
catch.
you, girl.
All right. All right.
But ladies first.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm from Washington, D.C. I'd like to thank you so much for your courage. You're our spokesgirl. We don't have, lady. I'd like
You
to
can call
say
me a
that
girl.
since you're not in politics, thank the Lord, you can be our spokesperson, continue that way, and in all seriousness, you have all the qualifications to speak for us, and that's why so many of us are grateful to you.
I thank you.
What I'd like to say is that our security is the most important thing, and we have
Okay, we have to go to the next
It'll
question
be
because I have
quick.
to catch a
We
plane.
have 3 more years of Obama, and what I'm most concerned about is our security. Without that, we can't be
We
alive
all
to
are.
laugh and follow you. Could you use all of your energy, all of your contacts on Fox News and elsewhere?
We are all concerned about that. What I do takes no courage, and
Thank
I
you.
think we're all comfortable
Keep
now that
fighting for
Obama
it.
has responded to terrorists on U.S. soil by coming out for gays in the military. If that doesn't make you feel safe, I don't know what will.
Okay.
Really make it quick.
Okay. Well, and I'm from Massachusetts, and for the first time in my life, I'm proud to be from there. So,
I agree.
and
I think we're going to end it with that, young man. Good night. It was fun.